December 20th, 1943. Charlie Brown and his crew set out on their first mission, bomb an aircraft factory near Bremen. The flight was a journey into hell. Flak, freezing cold, and enemy fighters awaited. As they neared the target, anti-aircraft fire erupted, shrapnel tearing through Ye Olde Pub. Engines failed, the plane fell behind, and German fighters attacked. The bomber was shredded, one engine out, another failing, oxygen and radios destroyed. The tail gunner was killed, others wounded, and Brown himself was hit. The plane spiraled toward the ground. Brown regained control just above the trees. Alone, battered, and separated from the formation, Ye Olde Pub limped over enemy territory, a sitting duck. The crew, wounded and silent, could only pray as their crippled bomber struggled on. Suddenly, a German Messerschmitt Bf 109 appeared alongside them. The Americans braced for the end, expecting cannon fire. But the German pilot didn't attack. Instead, he flew close, observing the shattered bomber and its desperate crew. The moment hung in the air, life or death, enemy or fellow airman. The next move would define everything. The crew waited, breathless, for the German's decision. Would he finish them off, or do something no one expected? In that frozen sky, the rules of war were about to be rewritten. The fate of Ye Olde Pub hung in the balance, and the world would never know, until years later. The German pilot was Franz Stigler, one victory away from the Knight's Cross. He took off, spotted the crippled B-17, and lined up for an easy kill. But as he closed in, he saw the bomber wasn't fighting back. He flew alongside, saw the carnage inside, the dead tail gunner, wounded crew, chaos everywhere. Stigler locked eyes with Charlie Brown, seeing not an enemy, but a fellow aviator fighting for life. He remembered his commander's words, "Never shoot a helpless man." To Stigler, the bomber was no longer a target, it was a coffin. Shooting would be murder, not combat. He made his choice, mercy over medals. Stigler gestured for Brown to land in Germany or fly to Sweden, but Brown, confused, pressed on. Realizing the Americans wouldn't surrender, Stigler did something extraordinary. He flew in formation with the bomber, shielding it from German anti-aircraft gunners below. The ground crews, seeing the German fighter, held their fire. Stigler escorted Ye Olde Pub to the North Sea, then saluted and turned away. He vanished into the clouds, leaving the battered bomber to find its way home. In that moment, chivalry triumphed over war. Two enemies, bound by honor, parted as silent allies. The crew of Ye Olde Pub survived because of a choice few would have made. Stigler risked everything for a principle. Brown and his men owed their lives to a stranger's compassion. The war continued, but for a brief moment, humanity prevailed. And the story would remain a secret for decades.